Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with a product announcement, review, hey, it's available type of thing. So ColorIt had reached out to me, and for a little bit, I've been working with them when it comes to greeting cards. So they've developed their own set of greeting cards. Now there's 4 packs. They had sent me these 2. So here they have the floral, the holiday, and then what's also available is the birthday and a mandala set. There are 12 cards, each different, within each of these boxes, along with envelopes. They are 5 by 7 in size. Now, what I found very interesting with these cards is they are double layered. So you can see that there is double layer of cardstock on each side. So this is almost like a long piece and then they folded it in. Now it is sealed. It's not going to come up. But these are all of the designs. I'm going to show you each of the designs in each of the boxes that I've received. So in the holiday one, you're going to see both Christmas and Hanukkah and New Year's, which I think is great. Maybe you want to get into card making, but let's face it, it is an investment depending upon what you want to get into. Now, I am very much into the world where all you need is paper, scissors, and your imagination, and you can create cards. If you just want to be able to create cards and just color, these are perfect. One of the things that I'm going to be showing you with one of the cards that I make is all the mediums that you can use on these cards. Yes, in one card. Just to show you that these are very versatile and what I found. Now I'm going to show you what is available in the flower set. Again, 12 cards, 12 envelopes. The envelopes are very nice as well, very thick when it comes to the paper. But I really do like the fact that the images are large. They're double-sided, which means you also have an image on the back. Now, I didn't show that when it came to the holiday ones. I will go back and show you the other side. So these are, there's an image on each side of the greeting card, which is great. And plus with the ColorIt logo down on the bottom, it kind of tells you if it's going to be a portrait or a landscape. Just saying. But you can make it anything you want. This, even if they were not, if the cardstock was not double layered, they were still on a thick cardstock. Now, I do know why they did do the double layering. Remember, ColorIt has their own alcohol marker set that's out, and I will try to remember to link that down below. I did a review on that as well. It's a great set for somebody that wants to do alcohol markers, but maybe just doesn't want to get into the whole complete craze of it. They do have those available. So again, I'll link somewhere. Hopefully I'll remember. So here I'm going to show you now the back of the holiday cards because, yeah, I totally forgot. It was really fun to work with them. Did this about a couple months ago where they sent designs and we were talking about it and everything else. So I was glad to see that they continued through. They did get a lot of suggestions with the group that they were working with when it came to the designs and the cardstock and what we felt our viewers would like to see. So I thought that was really interesting. I thought it was a lot of fun that they did that they looked to work with people to say, what do you think people would like? So I think that's kind of cool. So I've just chosen a couple because I narrowed it down, one from each, and then I'll choose one of these cards to work with for our video. Again, I want to play with these to see all the mediums and how they would work. So of course, the first one I'm going to pull out are the alcohol markers. So I am using the black. I'm not going to be doing any blending with these. I just want to use the markers on the paper, get that paper saturated, color in this sentiment, because what I'm looking for is, will you still see it bleed through to the other side? Even though they've got a double layer of cardstock there. Now remember, with their alcohol markers, there is no brush nib. There is a larger size bullet and a chisel end to their markers. They are very comfortable in the hand. And again, I did do a video on these, so we'll make sure that it is linked down below. So I'm just using the black to fill in this sentiment. Now I'm going to come in with some colored pencils. The colored pencils that I'm using are my Prismacolors. And I'm going to, now I'm not going to show you all of the coloring. So I'm going to show you this one present. All the presents were done in colored pencils. And the snowflake on the back. I do show the snowflake. So you can see I'm going in with my first layer, my one color. Usually I do not like to work on a plain cardstock when it comes to my colored pencils. I like to have a surface with a tooth to pick up that pigment from the colored pencil. This is a smooth cardstock, but very nice to use with the colored pencils. It blended very well, and I was able to get some good blends, meaning that it worked. For the colored pencils, I'm only using 2 colors for each one. For each one of the colors, excuse me. No need to get carried away. Again, you don't need a lot of pencils. I am one, and I know others are. I believe I'm going to put a group together for that. We suffer, we must have all colors. But honestly, when it comes to colored pencils, from one colored pencils, you will get so many different gradients of that one shade. So from one pencil, you can get your different levels of blending, of depth, of shading, and dimension onto each of the pieces. Okay, I'm just doing a very basic top and bottom when it comes to the shadows for the piece. I do not worry about light source. You know, some people could say the way that I'm putting these blends in, I'm making the box look round, maybe. So I'm coming in with an extremely pale blue just to give a shadow around this doily scalloped edge. And now I'm going to come in and just start coloring the snowflake. I will be using shades of blue for the snowflake and just coloring that in. I am using a Prismacolor sharpener, a handheld sharpener, to sharpen my pencils. I do find that's best, especially with Prismacolors. Only certain times will I use a electronic sharpener. I do have a battery operated one, but when the cores are really soft, I don't like to use an electric sharpener. I feel the insides break a little bit more. I have better luck if I just use a handheld when it comes to the softer cores, like my Prismacolors and the Faber-Castells, if that makes sense. So you can see I'm getting this ready to blend out. I'm bringing in that one color into the points of the snowflake, and then I'm going to come in with a lighter shade and just blend all of that out throughout this area here on the ends of the snowflake. Again, just to give that contrast just a little bit. I'm going to continue to drag that color out. And again, the surface is very smooth. But again, I was able to get blends. Remember, it's going to work differently than a piece of paper that does have that tooth. And again, usually with my colored pencils, I do like to use watercolor paper, Bristol paper, and my favorite is the mixed media paper by Strathmore, either in the tone tan, gray, or blue. You can get your colors dark. I found I just had to be careful that I didn't start with too much pressure because there's no tooth and it's so slick. I did not know if I was going to be able to continue to blend and add more colors to do layering like I'm doing here. Next media up is watercolors. So I grabbed my Altenew 24 pan set and just adding some watercolors. I apologize for the reflection. You all get to look up my nose. I'm so sorry for that. The sun was coming in and I didn't have my shade down far enough. And I didn't realize that I was in the spotlight there. So I do apologize. Okay, back to the card. So I did use watercolors. Here is what I found. Because of the slick surface, I did have to move my brush back and forth on it just a little bit so that I could break through that coating. These are not going to move the same way that they do on watercolor paper or Bristol paper. They're going to be pretty much the way that they are. So where you want your color is where you would want your color. You can see though how the blue has interacted. You will be able to see how the greens and the yellows are interacting. But again, just remember, you're not going to get that complete blue. You can see I opened that up and it did not bleed through to the inside. So I thought that was great. Again, I wanted to use those different mediums, colored pencils, watercolors, and also alcohol markers. So these are great for any medium that you should like or maybe have already. These will work well with them. Again, just differences in some of them. I do think it is best for your colored pencils and probably the alcohol markers because of it being a smooth surface. I'm just filling in some other, sorry about that, just filling in some areas with my Sparkle Spectrum Noir pen just to give it a little bit of shimmer, and I'm going to go down those scallops and just fill those in as well. I did go around the edges of these also with that very pale blue colored pencil. So all the information for these will be listed down below so that you can go to the ColorIt site and just get some more information if you are interested. If you have any questions, please make sure you leave those down below as well. Continue to enjoy your day. We are getting quicker and faster to the holidays for the month of December. Please enjoy, smile, continue to stay safe, continue to be healthy. But remember what's most important for me. Just do it a little bit each day. Always be creative. Till next time, guys.